never got
Yeah, I was
observed.
just going to say a couple comments.
Theory, like that, for about 25 years.
Ask if there's any questions. We can kind of tag team who else had a few people more of the history of it, but I did talk to Daryl last week. Yeah.
Did he say something to you about making, I guess, 6th Street one way?
I've seen that, but I've never tried.
Yes, they were looking at that.
Is it more juice or tea?
That's brought up this morning and land, which is good. Maybe later on, we'll talk about that, but it's gonna be a lot more involved. So let's not hesitate, these settled, dedicated. Let them get going. Get them some proceed.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody out this morning. I need to call the meeting to order. Does everyone please stand for the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, appreciate it. Everyone, please silence your cell phones. This settled. Do you have roll call, please?
Mayor Plummer,
Here.
Commissioner Brooks, Commissioner Fields,
Here.
Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Galbraith.
Here.
We have a quorum and ready for the transaction of business.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Belcher.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate everyone being here and welcome this morning. I would like to take just a moment before we dive into our agenda to introduce our Bourbon County leadership. Welcome to our leadership class this morning. Allison, you want to have them introduce themselves and discuss? Yeah.
I'm Belinda Patterson from the Bourbon County Health Department with the HANDS program.
I'm Amy G. Redwine. I work at Brothers Pizza. I'm Melissa Croft. I'm an attorney from here.
Bo Sanders, CMWA. Andrew Higgins, Stockyard Bank.
Whitney Pasley, traditional name.
I'm Sabrina, I'm the executive director at the Y.
Sherry Lane from Bluegrass Stream Clinic and on the board of paper. Stephanie Fields, the owner of National Lines. I'm Mary Surgery Quad Instructor at Y. That does it.
Also, is that it? Yeah. Again, yeah, just like appreciate you being here and being part of the leadership program. And I know Allison will talk more when she has her comments at the end. So welcome again. So with that, we'll get into the bulk of our agenda. Item number 4 on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the special meeting of September the 5th, 2025. Do we have any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Move to approve it as presented.
Have a motion from Commissioner Galbraith to approve, second from Commissioner Brooks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5 on the agenda, we've got a couple of ordinances. Item number A, second reading, ordinance number 2025-23, closing of a proposed street located between 1475 and 1483 Cypress Street. Brian, do you want to discuss?
Sure, these
in
two-
turn?
These two go together, and apparently we had a citizen looking to sell a piece of property and had a very old title search ran back 100+ years ago, and it flagged a couple of potential items that might at some point have been public. We don't think they were. The city's never had an interest in what was labeled a proposed street or an alleyway, or certainly hasn't for 100 years, but certainly want to help clean up the title for these 4 sets of neighbors. So we have these 2 ordinances. The first addresses what is shown as purported streets, actually located between, or on both of, maybe is the better way to phrase that, 1483 Cypress and 1475 Cypress, which is owned by the Alversons and West families. Both have signed and executed consents. And so this ordinance, which gets filed in the county clerk's office, ultimately declares closed this
Can you
unnamed.
speak up a little? Sorry.
Do as best as the mic will let me. which will close this designated proposed street that's on the attached survey plat from August 7, 2025, which is completed by PK Surveying. So this is the second reading. We just need a motion and a second, and then any discussion and a vote.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney.
I'll make the motion.
So moved.
Yeah, second.
We have a motion from the mayor, second from Commissioner Fields. We have the roll call vote, is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Plummer,
Yes.
Commissioner Brooks,
Yes.
Commissioner Fields,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Galbraith.
Yes, ma'am.
Motion carries.
So then the second ordinance addresses an alley, well, proposed alley at some point, that extends through, and dead ends at 1495, 1489, 1483, and 1475 Cypress Street, which is owned by the Flowers, Sawicki, Alverson, and West family. So this will close that unnamed public way, which is designated an alley on this plat, which has already been filed. So again, second reading, just need a motion and a second and a vote.
Motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Brooks, second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Galbraith. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Brooks,
Yes.
Commissioner Fields,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Galbraith,
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Plummer.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 6 on the agenda is our consent agenda. Would anyone like to raise any of those items for discussion? I would point out the item number, we're rejecting the bid on item K. Just to give you a little bit of background, we have bids come back on that, or one bid, and it was rather substantial. What we're gonna do is go back and take a look at the scope of work, and either get some additional quotes or possibly rebid that, depending on the revised scope of work. So we're trying to repair that engine and make sure that we're in compliance with our generation.
I just had one quick question. I was going to ask Mike. Mike, on the request to repave Spring Hill, oh, I get it right. Are they going to do that? Remember last meeting or so, there was discussion and Ashley said something about they may not do the other streets until spring. They're going to put this off till
The way it sounds is that she would, but it being a different grant, if they can get it before the end of October, they're gonna try to get it this year.
okay,
So, with no guarantee, but.
right, okay,
First grant funding, they're gonna try to get it.
fine, okay. Okay, that's all I had.
Any other questions, comments on the consent agenda items? All right. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by the mayor, and second.
I'll second.
Second, Commissioner Galbraith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 7 on the agenda, from our regular meeting agenda, a municipal order 2025-69. This is a use agreement for the Thoroughbred Hotel. I would just, as a matter of context, this is a conversation that goes back to earlier in the year, and Brian or Mike may be able to offer some more context, but essentially, discussions with owners with respect to their project, Thoroughbred Hotel. This is designating 7 parking spaces in the municipal lot there on Main Street for hotel use. And so again, they had did a presentation, I think, back in January earlier this year, and several points of discussion and requests from them at that time. So we've gone back and forth, looking at the parking lot itself, the layout. Mike Smith has looked at some different configurations, but essentially the way it's configured now is the best. Is the best in terms of turning radiuses and to achieve as many spaces there as possible. So we are working with them on repaving the lot as well. So I think they're slated to be open next spring, and we want to try to get this order through to get those places designated so we can go ahead and pave the lot, get it restriped and that sort of thing. So the use of the public and to prepare them, to help facilitate with that project. Investment in the downtown. So we do appreciate that very much. Did I cover most of that? I mean, Brian?
7 spots for 7 years.
7 spots for 7 years. And the idea is that we will try to revisit this. We do want to try to work with them. This gives them an opportunity to get up and going.
Are the 7 spots against the building?
It is.
Yes.
So as soon as you turn in off of Main Street, those 7 spaces are up against the wall. That'll allow them to, put their signage up, designate the spots, hotel parking. And they're looking at several other things. There was some discussion about some additional parking, but we could look at that at some point. That's the reason why we look at the end date as well. So,
And that complies with our zoning ordinance too, because in our zoning ordinance, it says 1 parking space for each 3 rooms.
3 hotel rooms.
Yeah, 3 hotel rooms, and I think, they got 19. I think it
They're
is
slated to
19,
have
so
19 rooms. And I
Yeah.
had the opportunity to go and tour and look at the project and talk to Daryl. So it's a wonderful, wonderful project and investment in our downtown, and they'll try to facilitate that. So, did you have any questions? I'm happy to follow up or with pointers and work with them as we go forward with regard to the paving and that ongoing project there. So, any questions?
Just need a motion.
All right, make a motion to.
Motion to approve municipal order 2025-69, use agreement with Hotel Thoroughbred.
Okay. Got a motion from Commissioner Gray. Do I have a
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Fields. All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you for that. All right, moving right along. Item number 8, we have reports from city staff, outside agencies. First, outside agencies. Betty Ann, do you want to start us out? Appreciate it. And thank you for the scheduled activities. Talk about that.
Well, if you look down at it, I've already seen my mistake. So, where it says September 11th, Historic Downtown Sunday Silent Specials, change that. It's supposed to be October 11th. So I know this is going to change. I'll be adding and removing things as they happen. But yesterday, towards the end of the day, I was able to get Kim Marshall Printing Services to get this printed so that I would have it today to be able to give out. So therefore, I missed that. But as you can see, there's lots and lots of things going on. And I went ahead and added November, the rest of November, because the Y has their annual fall benefit beginning in November. So I just went on down to the holiday hop and some of the Christmas things. With that said, instead of going over every single thing, because I think they're pretty explanatory, self-explanatory, if you have a question, I'll be happy to try to answer it. But I just want to point out some fun facts. Pumpkin Festival really seems to be more exciting, more vendors. I was told that it was getting close to maybe 100 vendors. They've added the card show and a really fun fact Stephanie shared with me the other day, and then this morning we updated. The other day she had 45,000 views for the Pumpkin Festival. It's up to right at 50,000 views now, and that's just on the Pumpkin Festival. I didn't have time to go back and go through the ones I've shared and how many views I've gotten on that, but she's looked and some of mine have gotten shared 10, 20 times. So we're really getting the word out via social media, not only just for Pumpkin Festival, but I'm sure other things as well. Coming up is the Farm to Fork Community Dinner, and it is downtown around the courthouse. And we had a meeting yesterday, and there's about 100 tickets left. So if you are thinking about coming, please go to their Farm to Fork page on Facebook and get your tickets and come and enjoy a lovely night. We are planning lots of good food and some entertainment, live entertainment. So also downtown, of course, you all are probably keeping up with the mural. Jamie Corum is working every night. She's had good weather since she began. Last week, Keeneland Magazine came in and did a story on the mural, and Arthur Hancock and Stacy were at the mural. And one of the owners, or has a connection to Mr. Yoshida, went up and got to paint some strokes on the mural. So you'll be seeing some pictures on Facebook. So I think that's about it. Just be sure you change that one thing. Well, that and the fact that I did go ahead and put a time in for trick or treating, but that can be changed if you all make a decision to have it at
That's
another
usually what it's
time.
been.
It's usually what it's been, so I just went ahead and put it. And then trunk or treat, Kiwanis Club is the 25th. I did talk to Sissy yesterday, so you'll have to mark that down. I think that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thanks, Betty.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll have on the agenda next time.
Oh, that's what we were trying to
Set
figure out.
set trick or treat.
Sorry.
So, yeah, Marissa and I talked about that a little bit yesterday, so we'll have that on the agenda for next time. All right, Allison, do you want to?
Good morning. Okay, so, real quick update on members. We've got a little influx of members here. We've had 4 new members come onto the chamber in the last week. AT&T Business, which if you didn't see my post on Facebook, they were able to get, for businesses only so far, but on the even side of Main Street, fiber. So, they should be getting in touch with myself or Betty Ann here in the next week or so to get that started and get it set up. But that was a huge step in the right direction. So now we're working on the other side of the street and then hopefully get into residential too. So also the Disabled American Veterans Paris Chapter 12, they joined on as a chamber and they've been instrumental in helping with our America 250 celebration, which I'll talk about shortly. The Bourbon County Clerk's Office has signed on as a chamber member. And then lastly, Maverick Solutions LLC. I've reached out to find out exactly what they do and how the chamber can support and haven't heard back. So hopefully I'll have a little more information on exactly what that is in the coming weeks. So we should have, in addition to those, plus a couple of other ribbon cuttings that we need to do, we should have up to 6 or 8 within the next month or so. So we'll be keeping everybody busy with those. Recent events, we did meet with our Coffee and Commerce monthly members only networking group this past Friday. That was at Hopewell Museum, and Hopewell Museum was actually the presenting speaker. So we did hear from the executive director there. We also heard from Ink Collective, which is a fine line tattoo studio here in Paris. And then we heard from Southern Lux, which is, of course, the boutique located right beside the Chamber and Tourism office. One great thing that came out of that meeting, and a lot of the reason why we have those meetings is to, of course, introduce everyone to different businesses in the area and give them the opportunity to talk about, specials or things promotions they have coming up, but ways that we can support them as a business. And one of the things that came up, and Betty Ann and I have sort of started working on this, is to create a QR code that would be at multiple businesses, not only downtown, but just all over Bourbon County. Also have these QR codes posted at landmarks like Cane Ridge Meeting House, the tower, the murals, Secretariat Park, all the different places that people might visit. And then essentially when our visitors and tourists come through, they can scan this QR code so that we can then capture information on, why were you here? Were you here for business? Were you here for pleasure? What places did you visit and what feedback do you have? And then also offer them the opportunity to stay connected with us via email for, events and things that we have coming up. So that's just an example of some of the things that we have coming out of that group, which are going to be not only beneficial to the group, but also to the county. Our Leadership Bourbon County group, they had their orientation in August. That was on the 18th and 19th over at Mustard Seed Hill. I haven't seen you all since then, so I have to give you kind of a 2-month update here. As you know, today they're here for City and County Government Day, so we'll spend the first half of our morning here with you all, and then we will move on down to the courthouse and go hang out with Judge Williams and Dana and all the magistrates and hear a little bit from them. Of course, the mission behind Leadership Bourbon County is to educate, connect, and inspire our current and emerging leaders, just so that they can continue to make a positive difference in Paris and Bourbon County. So one kind of random off-the-wall thing that I did, but it turned out to be very beneficial, or at least I think it will be, is I went to a networking group in Lexington. Hear me out. It's called Business Networkers International. The great thing about this was I was able to connect with a lot of people that do more trade work. So they don't necessarily have a brick and mortar in Lexington. They can travel around the area. So a lot of these businesses are interested in bringing their services to Paris and Bourbon County. So I'm sort of in conversations with them on, what we do have already available, maybe services that they could bring to us that we don't necessarily have. So I'll hopefully be getting a couple of chamber members added on through that. And then of course the added businesses to the county. Also on August 27th, I went to the Greater Lex Regional Leader Roundtable that was at Commerce Lex. We did get to hear updates from all the different surrounding counties. And then of course, Andy Barr was there with some updates. So that was really eye-opening. As for upcoming events, we do have a couple of open houses. So the first one is Brightview. Their 5-year anniversary open house is this Friday from 11 to 2. So I would encourage you to go over and support them. And then on September 25th from 5 to 8 p.m., we have the Hometown Health and Wellness open house. Stephanie's here. So I'm sure she would appreciate your support that evening as well. We do have our Dia de los Muertos committee meeting coming up. I believe that's next Monday, the 18th at 3:30 at Cane Ridge Elementary School. So I'll be serving on that committee. We will start our parade committee planning. So that's going to be a fun endeavor. And then I also have secured a grand marshal for this year without my committee approval, but it's Jamie Coram. So I don't think anybody will argue with me on Jamie being our grand marshal. And then Youth Leadership Bourbon County, their first meeting is this Friday. So we'll do an orientation and some economic development work. And then the last thing I want to hit on is our America 250 celebration. That planning is well underway. We have had our turnout to all of the meetings we've had so far. We've had 2, but turnout grows every time we meet. Our next one is the 24th of this month at 4:30 at Hopewell Museum. Just a quick rundown of some of the different events that stand out. So we're going to do a July 3rd and 4th celebration out at Legion Park, complete with, of course, fireworks. Cookbooks. Mayor Plummer's like, yes, the fireworks will happen. We're doing cookbook submissions and then some veteran salutes through the newspaper. Millersburg and North Middletown, they'll be doing some different celebrations. There's a America 250 quilt, bike parade, birthday cake and ice cream social, a community flag display and event. There'll be some different parades, some different concerts, auto shows, Pledge of Allegiance info with some coloring books. Sharon's heading that up. Storytellers, we've got t-shirts, buttons, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. So we will continue to keep you all updated on what the budget's looking like for that and the different plans that we have, but that'll be a year-long celebration. So we're sort of weaving it into what we already have planned throughout the year, but then also bringing on some new events as well. So that's my 2-month update for you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Any
Al.
questions?
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you, Al.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that very much. And talked to Allison yesterday and Betty Ann as well, so appreciate them very much and working with our business community and with respect to our entertainment district also. We've got a lot of events coming up, so please let us know. We need to activate the entertainment district again. It's an additional avenue to help bring folks to Paris and encourage tourism and thing we're trying to do. So Michelle, did you have an update?
So last time I was here, I was so super excited to tell you guys that we had a new employee. And unfortunately, we're now back down an employee. He had to step down for health reasons.
Maybe it was slightly forward. Should be on.
And of course, Bobby is still on restricted duty, so we're dealing with that. With that said, for the month of August, there were 27 building permits issued, 11 in the county, 16 in the city. There were 26 electrical permits, 12 of which were in the county, 14 which were in the city. We did 4 address requests, all of which were in the county. There were no street cut permits, there were no stream construction permits. There were 42 building inspections completed for the month of August, 12 in the county, 30 within the city limits. As far as planning and zoning permits, there were 6 for the month of August. There were 2 ag land divisions, 1 consolidation, 2 variances, and 1 conditional use. Code enforcement, there were 47 for the month of August, 44 were in the city, 2 were in the county, and 1 was in the city of North Middletown. We did 3 water taps and 3 sewer taps for the month of August. I know I sent out an email earlier, I think it was last week, about the comp plan approval. I still have not received that final draft yet. I hope to get it this week. As soon as I do have it, I will email it out to you all. It is on our agenda for our September 17th meeting. Sorry, we moved the meeting. So the meeting will be on Wednesday, September 17th at 6:30 for the approval of the comp plan. And let's see, our Board of Adjustments meeting this month is September 16th at 5:30. And then our technical review meeting will be on September 22nd at 1:30. Just to give you guys a heads up, I am looking into updating our building permit fees that have not been updated since 1994.
Good.
So that will be coming to you guys, hopefully at the next meeting, if not the meeting after that. So, any questions?
There's a lot of things going on. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate everything that you're doing and in the P and Z office there, so. Anyone else, any other outside agencies? Like you said, Are you want to talk about the why? I know you're here with the leadership, but.
I'm here in another capacity, but that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
here to answer
Always glad
questions,
to have
talk to you guys about it a lot. It's always busy. We just closed down our pool. After Labor Day, we did have an event. Mary's here. She's our aquatic director. She did the pooch plunge on Saturday. We had an awesome turnout for that. We have started up 2nd grade swim lessons. So that's the swim lessons that we do free for Paris City Schools, Bourbon County, St. Mary, Harrison County School, Nicholas County 2nd graders. So that's a big project. Also, our youth sports is fall sports, fall and winter basketball, soccer, flag football, all starting that up. And then, as Betty Ann mentioned, our ticketed event for our biggest fundraiser for the year is on November 1st. So, you all will all be invited. You all will have an invitation coming soon. And it's just, the Y prides itself on not being able to not turning anybody away for the inability to pay. So the way that we do that is all the support from the city, the county, all of you all, and the fundraisers that we do. So super excited about that. It keeps our scholarship program going strong. Any questions? Anybody have any questions about what's been going on or happening at the Y? Happy to answer anything. We appreciate all of you all.
Yeah, thank you, great partner.
Thanks, Brady.
Thank you.
Appreciate you very much. Anything else, any other outside agencies? I don't think here. City staff, any reports, comments, questions, city staff? I know Mike and Aaron busy yesterday with the cooling tower replacing for this building, so I know a lot of the staff will be happy when that's, as well as the state offices and on the third floor as well, police department and all the other staff. So we're working on that. Mike, I don't know if you have a report, but we're waiting on.
Finish it up. We've got bids out for a replacement for the tower, but in the meantime, we need to keep this one running, so we have to replace the motor on the fans. Some fuses come in today. We'll get it back up and down, and everything should be good. So, we're waiting on the bids to come in to replace the whole unit, so we'll be waiting until later in the year, so we don't have air conditioning, so.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you very much. And all the staff, everything that they do.
I had a question. Chad, on the upgrades over at the water plant, what percentage would you say we are? And the reason I'm asking is, how much? 70? Okay, all right. Because it seems like every meeting, we've got a rather large invoice to pay to the contractor.
Right now, the holdup is waiting for components. So we're still waiting on a lot of the VFD components to come in.
Okay.
And I do understand that the motors and the pumps are here, not technically here at the plant, but they are built and waiting to ship. But they're not gonna ship those until the components in the E-house are all installed and ready.
Okay. So we don't have to pay for them now, even though they're made, we don't have till they're shipped.
To my knowledge, that's.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions?
Thanks, Chad. No, thanks.
Any other comments? Rest of you? Chief? Chief? All right, thank you, staff. I really appreciate you getting everything you do every day. So, all right, we'll have commissioner comments. Mayor, we'll start out with the mayor.
Yeah.
Ethan? Mr. Brooks, any good?
Yeah.
Mr. Fields? Mr. Gray?
Don't have anything.
I've asked all my questions.
Mike, did you have anything?
No, I think we still need an executive session.
Yeah. Did that, Madam Clerk, Brian, did you have anything?
No.
So we do have on the item number 9 on the agenda, executive session. Item A, executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810, 1 subsection F for discussion, which might lead to the appointment of an individual, an employee. You need a roll call vote on that? Or a motion second? Get a motion, Commissioner Brooks. Second from the mayor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank
Take
you.
about 5 minutes.
Thanks for coming.